Hey, yeah, what's up? This is Cyber Martial Occurrence Rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day. Hey, yeah, so this message is going to be basically about, I feel like my collective departure from something that is already defeated and destroyed. This is my departure from what you call the African American community. You know, I don't consider myself a part of that. You know, and I'm loyal to the African American, the first generations of African Americans. I'm loyal to that, which is the civil rights activists. Um, everybody with that perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal to that, and I already made a video talking about this. It's about my loyalty is basically with the civil rights activists uh, generations, those first generations of African Americans. Their perspective is what I'm loyal to. I'm not loyal to the perspective of gangbanging and killing people. You know what I'm saying? Killing kids and there's no accountability in those same neighborhoods. So I'm not loyal to that, and I don't think God would have me to be loyal to something that's evil, straight out evil. Let's get all the way from all the music and all the foolishness. The stuff is just straight out evil. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't do evil things, I don't feel no need to be loyal to it. I'm not doing anything that they do really. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I protect myself. You know what I'm saying? I will always carry weapons, but I don't have the same perspective even with weapons. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel no need to be hanging on and keep people hanging on thinking something that it's not. I'm just letting you know to your face. You know, I don't deal with that community. You know what I'm saying? And so I deal with people on a day to day, on an individual basis. You know what I'm saying? If you're a cool person, if you are a person that has the right perspective, I go with that because see, what people don't realize is we're trying to hold things together that's already fallen. Whether it be the country, whether it be communities, it's already fallen, and we're trying to keep things together that is not together. You know what I'm saying? It's a state of denial. You know what I'm saying? And in the last days, everything will be falling. Therefore, I say all that to say that also the African American community is also falling. It's not going to be standing up in the last days like a beacon of truth when it is not a beacon of truth. So that's basically where I stand. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in denial. Everything is about the state of everything. It's falling. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't feel no need to be loyal to just something that is fallen. You know what I'm saying? The part of the last days is black people will be killing black people in spite of the fact that their ancestors were slaves that tried to defend each other. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, they will go on as a people. I will go on as a person. You know what I'm saying? That's the basically bottom line. You know what I'm saying? They never really been with me, really anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's how I take it. So, let me now moving on from there. Now I want to get into more the crust, one of the relevant crusts, if you will, of why I'm moving on. You know, also, okay, because the African American community has joined the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain this. Let me explain this for all you white people that don't know no better, and for all you black people that don't go outside no more, and y'all don't know nothing about what's going on. Let me explain something to you. Okay? First of all, Freemasons, the black Freemasons, they give out what you call sustenance, what we call sustenance, money, monthly money every month. I've already talked to a Freemason that told me about this, the black Freemasons. Okay, so this is why a lot of people join it. They don't join it just because it's cool or it's adds something to them as far as the African American community. They join it for the perks. They join it for the power and the little money that they give out. That's why they join it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a coupon club. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with also the Illuminati. They kind of mimicked that same format of handing out sustenance, perks and things. It's a coupon club. You know what I'm saying? So you put two and two together. You know, the African American community is struggling. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, the ends aren't meeting all the time. So they joined this coupon club so that they can have money every month. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a format that's taken for Freemasons. You know what I'm saying? So you can easily see why when I'm telling you, when I'm showing you this. You have to understand this. You can easily see why when you understand just this. They hand out money every month. I'm not being funny when I say this, but black people gonna join it. They're gonna join it out of desperation. That's what you need to know. So so then that being said, the African American community is all into the agenda of the Illuminati, whatever that would be. What you have to understand, a lot of you that are ignorant concerning this group, and even ignorant concerning Freemasons, is that it's not just these powerful people. Freemasons, the best way to show you Illuminati is to show you Freemasons. You have Freemasons that are like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin. You have people that are literal international leaders that are Freemasons. And then you have everyday Freemasons that work at, into the police department. You can see their badges. If you go online, you can see Freemason badges. So you have everyday ground level Freemasons. And the police is the best example. So you got people like George Washington that was Freemasons, and then you got a cop who you don't even know that's a Freemason. You see what I'm saying? So this Illuminati copied a lot of the formats of the Freemasonries, the Freemasonry formats. So you have powerful Illuminati, and you also have Illuminati that's like dealing like in the judicial system, in the precinct somewhere. Then you got those who are, like I said, who are getting the same thing that Freemasons get, which is sustenance every month. Okay, so this helps you understand why and how black people are joining it. Because they're handing out money, they're handing out gift cards. I've already been told about it. I already know about it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody already put me up on it when I was staying in Queens, when I was staying in Jamaica, Queens. So I already know you can't try to pull the wool over my eyes. You can't act like I'm crazy. I've already been told from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So they told me that also they hand out gift cards. These gift cards are when they need them to just maybe stand on the block and do something funny to their targets. Whoever they're targeting, they may say, well, okay, we want you to stand on the block and do this and do that. And they give you a gift card. We want you to, play around with your kids in front of this person. Like hold your kid up, throw your kid up in the air, here's a gift card. You know what I'm saying? So that's been the case. So if you understand that it's been about handing out monies, then you will understand how everyday black people join it. I've also been told by another black person that what I seen in Hollywood, Florida, that he just straight out said it. Black people do join it. It is black people that's in it. This is a guy that had dreads and everything. If you don't trust me, you think I'm out of touch, you think I'm an Uncle Tom, you think whatever you want to think. I've talked to straight up black dudes with dreads. Not no crazy people. You know what I'm saying, that's informed about it when I was in Florida. So he told me, so I've had these people over time give me the information that I needed, to make my decisions that I'm making. So now that the African American community have joined it, understand that's not 30, 40 people. That's millions and millions of people all across the community. This is people all across America that has joined this group. And they're handing out money to them. And so now you have a solid change in the community. You have a solid new level of evil in the community with these people joining the Illuminati, these black people joining. So on that note, man, I gotta depart. You know what I'm saying? I gotta depart from you. You have become the wicked. You know what I'm saying? And so So I mean, it shouldn't be surprising to people that eventually black people will be a part of it, something new and evil. I'm just saying. It shouldn't be surprising because they already killing each other. I mean, what else they wouldn't do? It shouldn't be surprising, man, when you look at stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You might not like the language that I'm using, but if killing each other is going on, then everything else should be going on. That's how I see it. So God don't leave his people ignorant of these things. You know, not his true people that separate from the culture. They don't have alliance with anything but him. When you have nothing but alliance with God, then you see everything else and you see the alliances that you should not have. You know what I'm saying? Because God says, you know, those who don't separate even from their family and they don't separate from kids and all that. If it's something you put before God, you're not worthy of God. So what I look like trying to hold loyalty to the death of me, this African American community that don't even embrace you and then they killing each other. What I look like? I mean, some people, as far as your self-esteem and who you are, I mean, you don't have nobody else to be a part of, especially because you don't have God in your life. So you feel like, you know, you'll be totally lost in the world. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like one of those people that will be lost if I didn't have anything to do with the overall African American community. I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And based on their culture, based on the culture of the African American community, God would not have me to be part of that anyway. Why would he have Christians a part of gangbanging and killing and all this drinking till you throw up and smoking weed till your lungs collapse? God ain't about that. God is not in that. God is not in abusing marijuana and abusing alcohol. God is in no type of substance abuse. And that's all you see. People sit up and say, well, you know, drinking ain't, you know, necessarily a sin, but abusing it is definitely a sin. Smoking weed and abusing weed is definitely a sin. It's an idol. That's what it becomes, an idol. Something you put before God. Okay? Some of you people say, well, I use this to get up in the morning. Then you should be using God to get up in the morning. You understand? You should be using God to get up in the morning, not a blunt, not a joint. Okay? So that's what, you know, you need to hear it just like that, you know? So that's what a lot of people you need to understand. You know, Illuminati is not just world bankers and all these famous bloodlines and all that stuff. That's the way people teach you because they have not interacted and had spiritual senses to see the interweaving of the Illuminati in your everyday life. They went down to a foot level, foot soldier format, just like Freemasons. So they're everywhere. They're, like I said, they definitely probably are cops. If Freemasons are cops, then Illuminati is cops. Why not? I mean, it's nothing special why they would not. There's nothing that special about the group that they would not be. Or it's not so hard to join that they would not be. You know what I'm saying? And cops are not so special that they would not be joining. Okay? So, I mean, that's what you have to understand, where the corruption is and how it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why judgment is coming. Another thing is, this is why a lot of people that's in the African American community felt forsaken by God through COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? And also, and they turned to this group. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen that God, a lot of them sensed that God was not on their side. You know what I'm saying? And through the evil that they was doing, through the things they engaged in, and then they could see that God struck at them. And so they joined out of that too. That's what you need to know. There's a lot of people that decided that it's so crazy in the world that they curse God and they want to just join this group and at least they'll be getting money. You know, things like that. You know, and this whole bag mentality in this culture too also had people join it. You know what I'm saying? So So you need to understand that it's a lot of African Americans that's here in America that decided to curse God and die. They decided to say, you know, they decided to curse God and just turn their back on God because they knew they was doing evil to God's people. And then they seen that they got struck for it. Then they said, well, you know how the mentality is. Well, let's just do it now. Well, I'm gonna just do this. Well, I'm gonna just do that. That's what they did. Well, I'm gonna just join the Illuminati. Since God struck at us for messing with God, with his people, they feel like they might as well get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe me, man, I'm telling you, I'm a prophet. It's going to be more apparently clear to you as the days go by what I'm saying. You know, I am one of these people that I said that America is expired back in July 25th of 2019. Okay, so I already knew God had already had me prepped and ready for the expiration date on this country, which was July 25th, 2019. 7 months later, COVID came. Hear me again. God gave me a prophecy that July 25th, 2019, that America is expired as a country. Expiration, that means from color to black and white, like that. The whole culture, country, everything. That was July 25th, 2019, when I released that prophecy. 7 months later, COVID came. Not 5 years later, not like some of these people that can go back 5 years and you can randomly, I mean, you could use any of those prophecies in that time frame. If you gave a prophecy like 2 years, you know how some people are, they doomsday minded anyway. They doomsday minded. So they done had prophecies from 2003, 2000. No, not for me. 7 months later, COVID came on the scene. That's the difference for me than all these other bootleg, prophets out here. I look at the time frames because if I could say, I could write down a bogus prophecy and then 5, 10 years later, something happens and I say that's that. No. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying time frames have something is always the way you look at if it's true or not. But you gotta realize what times we living in. You know what I'm saying? We got doomsday prophets. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about what's gonna happen and nothing happens. So you gotta look at the pattern of them and what they've been saying all along, and then you come to a conclusion, you just pulled something out of your hat. That's all you did. You know what I'm saying? But somebody who don't even talk like this, that ain't even nothing. I don't even talk on like a deep level like that. Like this is destruction. This is gonna come and something like that. And God gave me that prophecy. America's expired. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason I'm despised because it's people that just checked out my face. They checked out my Facebook. They know that I said that. I know they know that I said that. I know that they know that I've said that. Okay, so hey, it ain't like I went out and did it. It ain't look like it ain't like I took the globe like a basketball and like we on Space Jam and dunked it in the globe. You know what I'm saying? So man, I just want y'all to know, man. That's my reason, right? That's my out right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out when it comes to, when I see black people all in the Illuminati doing any and everything for money. I'm out. I'm not a part of that community anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's not racism. Racism is not departing from a tribe. Okay? If we were in the old times and God seen African Americans in the way they were, he would tell his people, come out from among them. I'm just telling you how it is because half of y'all worship these people. Y'all worship African Americans. Yes, you do. I don't worship no African Americans. I don't worship no man. And if we were in ancient times, God would tell his people, come out from among them because of their wicked ways. I don't care if they was a chosen people born out of a diamond. If you follow God, and you hear God's voice, God is going to tell you to come out from among them because of the wickedness of their culture. God is not, God don't tell you to be, there's nowhere in the Bible where he told people to be loyal to a fault, to be loyal to people when they're in full blown sin. There's nowhere in the Bible that supports that God tell his people to be loyal to flesh when they're in complete sin and idolatry. That's nowhere in the Bible where you can find that where God told people to be loyal to a tribe when they was disobedient to him. How is he going to have you in the loyal to something that's in disobedience to him? That's backwards. That don't even make sense. That's retarded. He going to have you cool with people that's in disobedience to him. He going to tell you, and you know I'm right. You might not want to accept it, but you know I'm right. He going to tell you to come out from among them. He going to tell you to come out from them. This ain't no different time. I mean, ain't no different. This ain't no different. Much of y'all want to say space age, man. Cut the foolishness out, man. Cut the George Jetson stuff out. Okay, God is the same today, yesterday, and forever. God does not change with the times. You understand? God does not wear Air Force Ones with a Gucci belt. Jesus don't got a Gucci belt in Air Force Ones. God is the same today, yesterday, and forever, man. I'm not saying you can't wear these things. I'm just giving you an example and an analogy of how God is not a part of your times. God is God. He's above your times and ahead of your times. That's what a lot of you pagan, new age people need to know. Jesus Christ said he is the Alpha and the Omega, which means he's the beginning and the end. He's way past your technology. He's way past everything that you're doing presently, in secret and openly. You ain't ahead of God. You arrogant and narcissistic. You think you got some little technology. You think you got some little telepath gift, some little psychic gift. You think you ahead of God. Man, you gotta be, man, you a cornball. You a straight up cornball to think you could ever be ahead of God. You ain't ahead of God, man. God already knows with technology and everything that's going to be going on in the future. He already knows. That's why people that really know God, they already ahead of you. They already beyond you. You think they're a dinosaur, they way ahead of you. That's why you start labeling them as aliens, a danger to your community, because they're ahead of you. That's why your community is going to be destroyed. You're going to be the enemy and you don't even know it. They already opposing you. They're ahead of you. You know, and so I just want people to know, man, the African American community, man, has definitely joined that group, the Illuminati. And so a lot of times y'all have heard in the past, like in 2008 and 2010, y'all have heard people say the rappers and the singers and things like that, they're in it. That probably could have been true for the same reason what I'm telling you now is for sustenance, to get money. That could have been true. But I'm not even going to get into that because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. At this point, it don't matter to me who's in it that's a rapper. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. And I say all that to say this. It's different from talking about some random rappers being in the Illuminati than the African American community being in the Illuminati. Is it everybody and their grandma and Aunt Silly and Aunt Lisa? Is it all them? Nah, it ain't everybody. It ain't Uncle Joe and Uncle John and all. It ain't everybody. But you have to understand. Don't insult my intelligence, and don't make yourself look silly thinking that I'm talking about everybody. I'm not talking about literally everybody, but when it becomes enough people involved, then at that point you begin to say a certain community or group of people is involved in some particular thing. It don't have to be. It will never be everybody. It's not me. So that would break the whole percentage rate for African Americans if I'm not in it. And I know people that's not in it. So obviously it's not literally everyone, but it's enough that it is now you can now say this group of people is actively in the Illuminati. That's all I'm saying. It's enough people. That's all you need to know. To get your guard up, to realize you can't trust everybody no more. You can't trust no African American community. You can't trust nothing American. Okay? I got African friends. I support African people. So you got to understand, African American cannot make me feel like I'm being racist towards Africans. I have African friends. I've had Jamaican friends. I know the difference between Africans, Jamaicans, and African Americans. You can't play me. You can't play with me, man. I'm not no ignorant little delinquent. You understand? I understand the whole difference. And I understand leaving you behind does not mean I left behind the Africans and Jamaicans. It don't mean that. You're trying to make it mean that. I'm talking about you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you Africans that have had your culture here, African Americans, your culture here, and you went astray and started killing each other, and then now you want to try to find every sellout when you the sellout. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Africans. I'm not talking to Ethiopians that's here that mind their business. I'm not talking to Nigerians that's here that mind their business. I'm not talking to them. You can't play with my mind like that. I'm talking to you. That's out there gang banging, killing, and all that stuff. That's what I'm talking to. I don't have to be loyal to that. God is not calling me to be loyal to that. That's what it is. You haven't been loyal to me anyway. So that's what it is. And I just suggest people, man, you just start being in unity with people on a individual basis. Stop holding your hands open wide for everybody. Individual basis is the way, man.